It's been a minute since I've posted a video, but I'm gonna do my first movie review, and it's kind of late. Wonder Woman has been out for a couple weeks now, but here's my thoughts on Wonder Woman. It's a pretty late movie review, but if you haven't seen the movie, I suggest you go see it. In my opinion, it is the best DC movie that they have made to date. Before that, if you asked me what my favorite DC movie was, I would have said The Dark Knight with Kristen Bale and Heath Ledger. Um, Batman Begins was also good, and then The Dark Knight Rises with that trilogy that they had with Kristen Bale as Batman. That was a pretty good depiction of Batman and a pretty good DC movies, um, especially the Dark Knight. Heath Ledger's performance of the Joker, in my opinion, when I think of the Joker uh, and how he was portrayed, how Heath Ledger portrayed him, that he was the epitome of what you would expect the Joker to be. Um, he really did a good job, and I didn't expect anybody else to depict the Joker uh, going forward and be able to do it as well as Heath Ledger did it. May he rest in peace. However, the actor's portrayal in Suicide Squad, he did a pretty good job. I'm getting a little sidetracked, but to Wonder Woman, DC finally got it right, where they kind of missed the ball with Suicide Squad and then also Batman versus Superman. In Batman versus Superman, there were parts of it that were the story was slow to develop, especially, and also I found the depiction of Lex Luthor to be a little bit strange. So that threw me off a little bit, and then the story was a little bit slow to develop. Um, the action towards the end sort of saved the movie for me. But however, if you read the reviews on it and most people's opinions of it, they didn't think that Batman versus Superman was a great movie. I thought it was a decent movie. I wouldn't say great. It was kind of trying to set the table for the DC universe that they're trying to establish. With again this with Wonder Woman coming out and them trying to do Justice League, etc. Um, Suicide Squad was okay. It was not a great movie. I would say it was good. I'd give it like a B minus. Um, but here's why Wonder Woman was good. Now, usually with these DC movies, because of the characters, it's dark comics, especially like with, let's say, for instance, a character like Batman. Batman usually has not a wide spectrum of emotion. He's just usually very stoic. You know, there's not usually comedy in the movie, in dark in DC movies because of that. Let's say with some of the characters, but what they did with Wonder Woman and the cast and how the movie was directed and the action scenes was they properly developed not only Wonder Woman telling the story, the origin story from when she was a young child, they also properly developed um, the supporting cast, so that you actually cared about the supporting cast throughout the movie. There were moments in the movie where you're going to find yourself laughing and engage in actually in the dialogue that's going there and going on in the movie rather. And that was something that's missing from prior DC movies. Um, Suicide Squad, there were moments that the Harley Quinn's character, for instance, was trying to have comedic relief, but it didn't come across. It wasn't actually funny. When I was in the theater, people may have chuckled a little bit, but it it wasn't really funny. However, there were several moments unexpectedly in Wonder Woman where I found myself laughing. Then there were some serious moments in the movie that brought you in. Um, if this is what we can expect now going forward from DC, then I can say that I'm very much looking forward to then seeing Justice League and etc. that they have coming up. Um, so, in short, if you have not seen Wonder Woman, I suggest you go out and see it today. It's a great movie. Let me know your thoughts. What did you think of what's her name? Her last name is Godot. I can't think of her first name right now, which is a little bit silly being that I'm doing a review. But you may have known her from the Fast and the Furious series, where she was a supporting character in those movies. But she did a great job. Wonder Woman was so far my favorite movie of the year, and in my opinion, the best movie that DC has ever made. So if they continue to follow this formula that they did with Wonder Woman, uh, then their universe is, maybe you can expect big things. Marvel, in my opinion, still has overall done a way better job than DC. But hey, if this can be a start with the rebuilding of the DC universe, and maybe better movies going forward. Um, as always, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section. Until next time.